Howdy howdy, this is Crafty Grinding, and it's time once again for another Arena Cutoff video for Marvel Contest of Champions. Today I cover my Round 1 thoughts for the new Stealth Suit Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus arenas. So the first thing I always like to do is group these new arenas to past arenas, as that allows me then to jump to those past arena results and kind of get a sense of what we might expect for these new arenas. So in the case of feature arenas, really there's two types, new and old. Obviously Stealth Suit Spidey, he is a new champ in the game. And then for Dr. Octopus in the 4-star basic arena, really there's three kind of groups, low, medium, and high, and Dr. Octopus falls squarely in that low interest range. So now that I've categorized how I feel like these arenas will play out, let's take a look at some of these recent past results, starting first with that 4-star basic low group. And we've got a pretty standard kind of trend for these type of champs, and it's right above that last milestone reward. The last milestone reward for the 4-star basic arena is at 1.5 million. And as you can see here, these results show that just slightly above that. It's always kind of a game sometimes. Can I get above that last milestone reward, also fall into that last shard tier, but don't actually get the champ? So we might be again here with Dr. Octopus in that same kind of game, finding that fine balance there. Now, when it comes to the new champs, that's where it really gets kind of interesting, but not so much for the 3-star feature arena. We're somewhere between 1.3 to 1.4. It kind of always fluctuates up and down somewhere around that range. It's pretty consistent there. It's really with the 4-star and the 5-star feature arenas where it starts getting interesting. Let's take a look here at some recent 4-star feature new champs. You got Human Torch at 11 million, you got Ronin at 12 million, Ebony Maw at 10.3, and then more here recently, we've seen Invisible Woman drop all the way down to 8.5. Now, Namor, you don't see his results here. He came at 12 million. I mean, that was the hype engines were in full steam ahead with Namor coming out. And I think Starkey, or I keep on calling him Starkey, Stealth Suit Spider-Man kind of falls more kind of in this group for sure, but probably below that 12 million, probably somewhere around 11 million, maybe even a little bit lower. I don't think the hype train is in full swing for the new Spider-Man. I do think people see his potential. He has some utility, but I definitely don't think it's up at that Namor kind of level. And then we jump over to the 5-star feature. You can see there's a lot of variance here with Human Torch at 51, Ronin at 37 million, Ebony Maw at 46, and a really small number at 32 million for Invisible Woman. And what was interesting here, you can see that the highest is Human Torch, but we go back to the 4-star results, and 12 million with Ronin was the highest. So there's not always an exact correlation of the 4-star will indicate what kind of the 5-star cutoff will be. So there is some variance in that for sure. But again, I feel like the new Spider-Man will fall in this range, probably on the higher end, that mid 40s to low 50 million range, but definitely not those super high levels that we've seen with Namor more recently, over 60 million plus. So anyway, now that I've seen these past results, here are my thoughts for round 1 cutoff for the veterans bracket for these new arenas. And again, the veterans bracket means your account's been open for over 60 days. I think we're looking at 52 million, so right around that Human Torch number for the new Spider-Man, for the 5-star feature that is. For the 4-star feature, I think we're looking around 11.5 for the cutoff. For Dr. Octopus, we'll be right in the middle of that 4-star basic low range at 1.6 million, and I think we'll be looking anywhere around 1.3, 1.35 for the 3-star feature Spider-Man cutoff. And again, these predictions are for the veterans bracket, and also there's no exact science to this. Guaranteed, there's no future results are not guaranteed from past results. So I always like these numbers are where I think the predictions will fall within 5 to 10%. So I always like to kind of give a grind target that if you really don't want to miss on these champs, if you want to make sure you get them, these are the numbers you want to play to. I think 55, 56 million for the 5-star, for the new 5-star Spidey should work. I think 12.2 million will work for the 4-star. For the 4-star basic Dr. Octopus, I think 1.8 million will guarantee you get him, and I think 1.4 million, 1.45 maybe for the 3-star feature Spider-Man. And these grind targets, just like the predictions, are for the veterans bracket. For the earlier brackets, it becomes even more of a crapshoot because there's a lot of volatility in these. So I always kind of like to give a rough, that's why I have the little tilde there, these are rough order of magnitude, rough, ballpark figures to consider when you're going after these. And the good news, like I always say with these earlier brackets, is you can keep on grinding way past these numbers because you're not getting close to the final milestone reward. So just play to the milestone rewards and you're going to get the champs. Starting with the 3-star feature in the beginner bracket, 245, 200. I heard even recently worked for a newer champ, and the 3-star feature beginner brackets. So, but 245, 250 should be a good number to target. 4-star basic, 750, 800,000 you're working for. The 4-star feature Spidey, 1.2 million. It's been creeping up a little bit higher, but I think 1.2 million is probably where we're kind of coming out here of late. In the intermediate bracket, so your account's been open 31 to 60 days. I think for the 3-star feature, you're looking at 500,000. The 4-star basic, you're looking for 900,000, and for the 4-star feature, right around 1.2 million as well. And again, these are very rough predictions for these, as there's a lot of volatility in how many people are actually in these brackets, as well as there's no steady source of the actual results, the cutoffs for these, so it's just based off of anecdotal information I get from time to time on the comment section of my video. So I do appreciate the folks who do take the time and who are playing in these earlier brackets to share the results, as it helps me kind of keep these numbers more current. So anyway, and I do want to make one quick note. Check out my Twitter account. If you haven't seen it recently, I have a Crafty Grinding Twitter account. Check that out, because I will not be creating any new Arena Cutoff videos for a week or so. But I will be putting it on my Twitter account, my thoughts for the newer Arena Cutoffs here over the next week or so. So no new videos in YouTube, but you can check out my Twitter account for that information. But anyway, coming back to these cutoffs, my cutoff predictions for round one. Here are my thoughts again. Would love to hear your opinion, especially if it's different from mine, or if you have any questions. Throw it on down in the comment section of this video, and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Again, I'll be off of YouTube for a little bit here, so I may not get to them as quickly as I'd like, but still go ahead and throw them out there, and I will try to get to them. And maybe even Twitter, again, would be a better way to reach me if you have any questions versus the comment sections of YouTube. But at least for the next day or two, I should still be able to get around them. So any questions or difference of opinion, throw them on down there in the comment section. We can discuss it. Other than that, if you like this video or find this information useful, we'd really appreciate it if you click that thumbs up button. And if you like this and other videos I have on the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you did. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.